You want to realize where you are is a launch pad, not a trap door. Where you're standing right now is going to propel you forward, not pull you down. But when we tell ourselves a story and a narrative that where I am is the worst place ever, it forces us to stay there. You're not stuck. You're stabilizing. That's a part of growth. You're not failing. You're getting feedback that life didn't sugarcoat.
The #1 health and wellness podcast.
Jay Shetty.
Jay Shetty.
The one, the only Jay Shetty.
Hey everyone, welcome back to On Purpose. I'm Jay Shetty, your host, and I am so grateful that you've tuned back in. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you've subscribed to this channel so that you never miss a video. And if you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple, iHeart, or wherever you get your podcasts, make sure you subscribe as well. I don't want you to miss out on the exciting guests and themes that we have coming up later this year. Now, this episode is all about what to do when you feel like nothing's working. I think we all go through moments in life where it feels like everything and everyone is against us. It can even feel like the world is against us, right? Things aren't going our way. We're not experiencing those moments of luck. Maybe you're always late for the bus. The train's never on time. Your car's breaking down. The kids are having a really tough time at school. Maybe you didn't get the promotion you were working towards. And what you're wondering is, what do I do when I feel like nothing's working? And sometimes we get so disheartened, we get so depressed that we don't even wonder that anymore. We just assume that this is our life. This is all it is. And this is how it will always be. If you feel stuck right now, this episode is for you. If you feel like you're in a rut or you've hit rock bottom, this is for you. And if you're wondering how to build momentum and get out of where you are, this episode is for you. I also want you to pass this on to someone who might benefit from it, because I'm sure you have friends and family and people reaching out all the time and saying, hey, if I'm honest with you, nothing's working out right now. Nothing's going in the right direction. Before I jump in to how do we address this, I want to share something known as the frequency illusion. Now, we've all experienced this in our life. Think about it. Have you ever said to yourself, I really want to buy a red car or a certain make or model, and all of a sudden, all you see on the roads is that car. Every single car is that color. Every single car is that model. Now, are there more of that car on the road just at that moment in time? Are there suddenly more red cars on the streets? The answer is no. The reality is the frequency illusion is at play. Because you're consciously thinking about something, you now see it appear more than normal. We all do this. And whether it's a red car or whether it's slightly salmon colored or whether it's slightly dark maroon, you still think it's a red car. So when you're conscious of something, you frequently see it. Therefore, if you believe that nothing's working for you, you will notice all the signs that nothing's working for you. And if you believe that things are moving in your favor, you will notice all the signs that things are moving in your favor. I guarantee you, there was someone you smiled at yesterday and they smiled back. But I also guarantee you, there's someone you looked at the other day, smiled, and they didn't smile back. What you remembered was based on what you noticed. What you notice becomes your reality. You can either notice when people help you, open the door, take a step toward you, give you an opportunity, or you can notice when they didn't open the door, when they shut it in your face, or when there was no path forward. What we notice becomes our reality. With that, I want to dive into point 1. Stop trying to feel motivated. This is one of the biggest mistakes we all make. We want to feel motivated. We want to feel excited. We want to feel enthusiastic. What I've learned very, very clearly is that if you wait for motivation, you'll be waiting a long, long time. People who make moves don't wait for motivation. People who make progress don't wait for motivation. Actually, they do things when they don't feel motivated. That's the key to success. That's the key to discipline, is doing things when we don't feel motivated. Motivation is this myth that you need to feel ready to take action. Instead, we need to focus on building momentum, triggering momentum. The truth is, action creates motivation, not the other way around. A lot of us think that I'll feel motivated, then I'll take action. It's the other way around. Take action, and then you'll feel motivated. Now, this idea is actually backed by science. The Zeigarnik effect shows that starting a task, even imperfectly, creates mental tension that keeps us engaged until we finish. This psychological principle, once you understand it, will transform the way you live. It will stop you from waiting to feel ready. Here's how it works. Your brain remembers unfinished tasks more than finished ones. When you start something, even just a little, your brain creates a mental loop that stays open. That tension makes you want to go back and complete it. That's why it's easier to keep working after you've started, but so hard to begin. Motivation kicks in after momentum, not before. So today, don't try to finish the whole thing. Start badly. Start briefly. All you have to do is set a timer for 3 minutes, open the document, do one push-up, write one sentence. That's it. Because your mind will force you to go back to an unfinished task. If a task is not yet begun, you won't have motivation or momentum. Once the task is begun, your mind and your brain are somewhat committed to finish it. The mistake we make is we say, well, I'm going to do all of it today. I'm going to finish the whole thing today. And that becomes an insurmountable task. The weight is too heavy to carry, and we end up dropping the ball and feeling like failures. So the mistake we make is we live in one of two extremes. I'm going to do nothing, or I can't do anything because everything's against me, or I'm going to do everything perfectly, brilliantly, completely. And both of those mindsets set us up for failure. Script one video, post one podcast, just start. Once you start, the Zeigarnik effect does the rest. Stop looking for motivation. Start small. Stop looking for perfection. Start messy. Stop waiting for clarity. Start moving. Stop waiting to be confident. Start anyway. Stop waiting for the timing to feel right. Start where you are, because the time will never feel right. You'll never feel ready because you weren't meant to. You were just meant to get going. Here's what I want you to do today. Pick one small task you've been avoiding. Set a 5-minute timer and just start. Don't aim to finish, aim to begin. Momentum will meet you there. Because remember, the first thing you make won't be great. The first video might feel awkward. The first post might get ignored. The first idea might not land. The first time you put yourself out there, you'll probably cringe. You'll overthink it. You'll question yourself. You'll wonder if it's even been worth it. But remember this, the first thing you do won't be the last. Keep going. You don't need motivation. You need movement. Stop putting it off. Stop postponing your dreams and your ideas and everything you want to do. All it does is put more pressure on it. All it does is make you watch others who've already got started. The reason why people are ahead of you is not because they're better. It's because they started earlier. Just let that sink in for a moment. People just started earlier. And what happens when people start early? People judge, people criticize. When people start to do anything, everyone goes, what's that? Don't really think it's going to be worth it. don't really think it's going to work. You break through that by making movement. Step number 2, break the brain loop. Here's what you have to do. Do something pointlessly physical. When everything else feels stuck, your brain is usually stuck in overanalysis and mental clutter. Moving physically changes everything. This is backed by science. Studies show that repetitive physical actions, walking, cleaning, showering, activate the default mode network, which improves problem solving and calms mental noise. That's from Harvard Medical School in 2015. So here, do this today. Fold laundry, you got to do it anyway. Wash the dishes, you got to do it anyway. Walk around the block. No phone, no podcast, just you and the motion. Your body can reset a stuck mind. Here's how I think about it. When your mind is stuck, move your body. And when your body is stuck, move your mind. It's the opposite. Sometimes we get so stuck in our head and we're just trying to figure it all out in our head. I'm sure you've had those moments of crashing out where you just go round and round in circles in your mind, negotiating, analyzing, feeling overwhelmed. Instead of all of that, just move your body. I've heard this from people firsthand, whether you're stuck after a breakup, whether you're stuck because you didn't get promoted, whether you're stuck because you're feeling like you don't have energy or you feel like you don't have motivation. The people who end up at a kickboxing class, end up walking around the block, end up going for a run, end up hanging out with their friend at the gym. Even just that act gets you out of that rut. It makes you unstuck. You don't have to wait for your mind to move. That's the mistake. If you're overwhelmed, you're stuck in anxiety, don't wait for your mind to move. Start moving your body. I'm not saying you've got to go and become a bodybuilder. I'm not saying you've got to go and lift the heaviest weights. I'm just saying that whenever your mind feels slow, move your body faster. Step number 3. This one's a big one. This is the one that is holding everyone back. Because the number one question I get asked is, Jay, when's the right time? Is it too oversaturated now? Should I have started 3 years ago? Like, what if I start in a month? Will that be okay? Stop waiting for the right time. Stop waiting. Start before it feels safe. Stop waiting for the right time because there isn't one. There isn't one. There's a beautiful proverb that says the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. And the next best time is today, right? So whatever you're thinking about, those are the two choices. Should you have started a podcast 5 years ago? Yeah, probably. Should you have started that YouTube channel 10 years ago? Probably. But guess what? You didn't. And neither did I. The best time to start is now. That's what you have. I remember when I started to create content, which was in around 2016, I was 5 years behind the earliest YouTubers. And I remember everyone saying to me that I was a bit late to that space. When I started my podcast, which was in 2019, everyone said it was too saturated. I think at that time there were like 700,000 podcasts. I think today there's 5 million. So the point is, things are always going to be more saturated. Things are always going to be more competitive. There are always going to be more creators as time goes on. So it's whether you want to start now when there are 5 million podcasts or whether you're going to wait 5 years when there's 10 million podcasts. Right? Which one's better? And so there's no perfect time to begin. That's a myth. The truth is the right time is a feeling that shows up after you start, not before. And this is backed by science too. The science shows that people who take action before they feel ready develop greater confidence through experience, not preparation. This is the mistake we make. We think I can prepare to avoid all learning. Preparation is important. I'm not going to take away from that. But experience is incredible. It's an incredible teacher. Your brain builds certainty from doing, not from waiting. So do this today. Choose one thing you've been putting off. Instead of asking, is this the right time? Ask, what's one move I can make in the next 10 minutes? Send the email, record the draft, fill out the form, take the first imperfect step. Readiness is not a requirement. It's a result. Stop waiting. Time won't invite you. You have to show up anyway. We've been taught to wait for the right time, to wait until we're more qualified, until we have more money, more confidence, more clarity, until the fear goes away, until we're ready, until someone gives us permission, until the timing makes sense. But here's the reality. The right time doesn't show up. You do. The timing won't feel perfect because you're not supposed to feel certain before you grow. We've been taught that good things come to those who wait. But in real life, good things come to those who move, who ask, who try, who don't wait for their turn because they know no one's handing it to them. Stop waiting for the right time. I can't say it enough. Just stop waiting. This idea that I'm going to wait for miraculous alignment. I'm going to time it in the perfect year. If you're timing it for by the time that it's the perfect year, I promise you everyone's going to be doing it that year, right? Everyone's going to be doing it that year because you've waited for the perfect year, which means everyone's going to feel it's the perfect year, which by definition creates more competition for you. Step number 3. A lot of us believe we've got to get brilliance to make a difference. And actually, persistence beats talent and talented quitters. I'm sure you've seen someone on TV before or on social media and thought, how did they make it? I'm more talented than them. I feel like I'm better than them at that. How did they make it and I didn't? Well, they didn't sit on the sidelines. They didn't quit. They kept going when the talented people stepped away, stepped back. The research shows that students with less IQ but higher grit often outperformed smarter but less persistent peers. In other words, deliberate, sustained effort yielded stronger outcomes than raw talent. Think about that.